Welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner for this part of the test, and I'm recording this for clerical purposes. The time is 11 in the morning. We're in Madhya Pradesh, Bhopal, and this is candidate number 738915762 and examiner number 8952. The speaking section has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. Can I see your identification?
Yeah, sure. Here is my passport that I used to register for this examination. Please have a look.
What is your full name?
My first name is Tarana and my family name is Bai. Please just call me Tarana.
Okay, Tarana. For part 1, I will ask you a couple more questions to get to know you better, and some questions on a general topic. Where do you live?
I live in a 3-bedroom detached house in Bhopal, in the capital of Madhya Pradesh. I have lived in my house all my life.
What do you do in your free time?
In my spare time, I love to do photography and upload short videos on Instagram. I baked cupcakes and photographed and uploaded it on my social media profile just yesterday.
Let's talk about newspaper and magazine. How often do you read a newspaper, and how about a magazine?
I haven't bought a paper magazine or newspaper as long as I remember. I may have flipped through one in a superstore, but that's about it. But I do follow subscriptions on my mobile. I read a magazine called Femina on internet every week.
What articles do you like reading?
I love reading about health, fashion and recent trends. These are also related to my hobbies. The cupcake that I baked yesterday was vegan, healthy and delicious.
When is the last time you bought a magazine or newspaper?
As I mentioned before, I don't remember me buying a newspaper or a magazine in a long time. However, I do have digital subscription to Femina, which I read each week. It is not much, but just a few rupees each month. And they do have really good information.
Have you ever written an article for a magazine or newspaper?
Let me think about it. I did write an article for my school newsletter. When I was in middle school, I wrote an article for our school newsletter club stating the importance of planting trees and taking care of the environment.
If you would subscribe to a monthly magazine, what would it be and why?
Aside from Femina, I would love to subscribe to Verve and Women's Era. All of these publications are not only originated from India, but they also really have good updated information.
That is the end of part 1. We will now continue with part 2. For this part, I will show you some questions. You will have 1 minute to read these questions, think about your answers, and then you will have 1 to 2 minutes to speak. In the 1 minute preparation time, you can take notes if you wish. You have some note paper there and your pencil. And of course, I will tell you when to start and stop. Please do not touch the question paper. There you are. Talk about an enjoyable experience you had at a restaurant. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. Just before we watch the rest of this interview and the lesson, I want to give you an opportunity to speak English well, like Tarana. Again, we have partnered with Cambly, a world-class app that lets you connect with a native English-speaking tutor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In fact, it's the only app in India where you can connect with native English-speaking tutors from the UK, Australia, and the USA. Choose the IELTS 3-month course or the 1-month speaking mock course. Certainly, you will get a better band score. Tutors on Cambly are friendly and supportive. Some of them have been IELTS examiners themselves. I have tried Cambly and have found it to be amazing for improving English fluency, coherence, and vocabulary. For candidates in India, use the code AEHELP22 for a 22% discount off 3-month plans. Simply click the link in the video description. Try Cambly today and begin improving your speaking for the next time you sit the IELTS exam. Now, back to the interview. Tarana, your 1-minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking.
I had a truly lovely dining experience at Under the Mango Tree restaurant, which is located in the west part of Bhopal, not too far from the national park and the lake. I had been there with my parents and one of my close friends, Sanvi. We really didn't have any chance to go out and enjoy a restaurant due to the pandemic lockdown, and my dad splurged a bit and took us for a fine dining restaurant. I did a bit of research online for Under the Mango Tree and found the reviews to be great, 4.5 out of 5, and the ambience was truly amazing. The restaurant is located inside the Jahanama Palace, and there are seating on the rooftop overlooking the pool. There are lanterns all around, and it is open air, and we literally sit around a big beautiful mango tree. This is a barbecue restaurant, and they serve us dishes which are served to the royal families over the centuries. I had an opportunity to taste a variety of dishes like curries and kebabs, as well as some rice dishes and delicious lassi. So much of the experience was outstanding. The service, the food, the ambience, it was splendid. It is really hard to say how Under the Mango Tree could be even better with all the services they provide. But I suppose the service could be faster. Personally, I think there is no rush for a person when he is sitting under such a beautiful place. Of course, it could be cheaper, but with the quality of service they provide, they couldn't do it any cheaper. In all, I feel it is a perfect experience.
All right, I'll stop you there. Your time is up. And please turn over your note paper and put it to the side along with your pencil. I'll take back the questions. And now we will continue with part 3. For this part, I will ask you some questions related to your response and connected to this topic. Let's talk about successful restaurants. What are the most popular types of restaurants these days?
It is sad to say, but the most popular restaurants these days are the fast food chains like McDonald's and KFC's because they provide fast food and at a cheaper cost, and also they are addictive because of all the MSG and sugar. However, I must say that restaurants like Under the Mango Tree are also popular for their quality.
And why are these so popular?
As I mentioned before, these places provide fast food and cheap food, and people nowadays are busy in their life and they don't have much money, so they prefer fast food, and especially a lot of young people go out to these outlets for a quick bite.
What is needed for a restaurant to be successful?
For a restaurant to be successful, I believe, like Under the Mango Tree, the quality of food is firstly important. Apart from that, the service is important, and it should have a unique selling point like a beautiful view.
How do negative experiences affect a restaurant?
Oh, bad experience at a restaurant is sure way to go out of business. I have heard an average customer will tell at least 5 people when they have a good experience eating out, but they will tell at least 12 people when they have a very bad experience eating out. The customer is always right policy is very important in a hospitality industry.
How has technology affected the success or failure of a restaurant?
The modern technologies used for preparing food, ordering and serving has very much helped in restaurants to be successful. So many restaurants nowadays use digital menus. They have a QR code at the table to order food. Also, reviews online can make or break a restaurant. As I mentioned earlier, the reason I chose to go to Under the Mango Tree was because of the online reviews. It had 4.5 from almost 400 guests.
Let's talk about improving business. What are the best ways to improve the operations of a business?
I think the right way to optimize a business is through regular reviews and feedback of activities and the results, as this can help the company identify the mistakes and make improvements. Therefore, customer feedback is very important.
Who is responsible for improving a business?
It is the owner, the management, and the frontline workers who is responsible for a business to provide quality products and services. Problems in any tier in staffing can result in a negative impact.
What resources are available to help businesses to operate well?
I think there are many resources available for companies to function, especially in capitalist society where small and medium businesses are the backbone of the economy. There are different kinds of business loans, trainings, and tax benefits available for companies to thrive. During the pandemic, the government provided relief funds for companies to survive the hardship.
How can entrepreneurs find resources to improve their business?
The best way to support startups or growing companies is to search online or network with others in the industry. It is wise to get more information from experienced companies that have already gone through growing pains.
That is the end of part 3. That concludes the speaking section of the IELTS exam. You will have your mark available online in about 2 days and your official certificate in the mail in about 10 days' time. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
So, why does Tarana deserve this solid band 9 for her performance on the speaking section? Her speaking isn't flawless. It means that she does make some mistakes, but they are far and few between. So what is required to be graded an expert user on the IELTS exam? Simply put, clear, coherent, detailed, and original conversation. What do I mean by conversation? I mean that this 12 to 15 minute interview should come across as a connected piece of information. Let's take a look at part 1, where Tarana is talking about newspapers and magazines. In this part, Tarana gives clear, detailed, and visual communication for each of the questions. When asked about when she has read a newspaper or a magazine, she explains to the examiner that she hasn't actually read a carbon copy newspaper or magazine as long as she can remember, unless it's an issue that she's picked up at a superstore while maybe waiting at the checkout. This creates a visual image and clear communication. Tarana uses a lot of detailed vocabulary. She names a few different types of publications for digital magazines in India, and she connects these, like Femina, amongst various answers. It's clear that she's nervous, and at times she fumbles her words, but overall, it's excellent communication. She uses natural expressions, as well as collocations throughout her responses. In part 2, the cue card or long part, Tarana's band 9 level communication really shines as she explains her experience at Under the Mango Tree restaurant. It's clear that Tarana knows when talking about a location, like under the Mango Tree restaurant, it's important to talk about where it is. It's important to talk about the people that go there, the activities that happen there, and then her experiences. She clearly explains that under the Mango Tree is near a national park in a specific area of Bhopal. She then explains what the restaurant looks like, the ambience of the restaurant with the lanterns and the big beautiful mango tree. She talks about her parents, her friend, and her being there for a fine dining experience. She explains that there is a barbecue style menu there, the foods that she tried, the conversations that she had. It's this kind of structure when talking about a location that gives that band 9 level idea to the examiner. It's important to practice this kind of structured communication for part 2, whether it's about a location, a person, object, event, or an idea. Each of these categories, like a location, has a specific set of information that you need to present. Clearly, Tarana has practiced this, and this is why she's able to get that band 9. Let's take a look at part 3. In part 3, as with part 1, Tarana continues a conversation-style communication where the information is connected. When asked about popular restaurants, she answers fast food places with examples like KFC and McDonald's, but then she also reflects back to part 2, saying that fine dining restaurants like Under the Mango Tree are also popular. She uses a broad range of grammar accurately, not only present perfect and conditional, but even a direct quote. She says that in the hospitality industry, the saying that the customer is always right is very important. This is natural. It's not forced. Although Tarana at times hesitates and even slightly fumbles her words, these are not unnatural mistakes. She is original, she stays on topic, and gives enough content for the examiner to grade her a band 9. You too can do this with practice. Good luck the next time you sit your IELTS exam. More video lessons like this, original practice exams, a fully interactive course, and an app for your phone? Visit and join our premium IELTS package at aehelp.com. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. Begin learning for success today.
Subscribe to our channel. Click over here. Watch another video. Click right up here. And click our IELTS Hero to join our premium package and get access to all of our videos, practice exams, and a fully interactive course.